Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me here tonight. Tonight, we are going to be reapproaching Doom 2016. Last playthrough, when we were playing it, we tried to play it on Nightmare mode, which is exactly what it says, a nightmare. But when we tried to play it again, it basically I'm gonna be honest, it got too tough. I got stuck in the same area. I played it for about 45 minutes, and then I decided to move on. We had a few streams of Assassin's Creed, but we're back to Doom. We're back to Doom 2016. We're playing it on whatever the medium or the middle difficulty is. To continue on. So we're gonna go ahead and continue our playthrough here. I gotta just adjust my seat for a second. There we go. We are in Hell. We just started at Hell, so that is where we are now. Hey, Death Trooper, thanks for joining in. Fully expect to see the best Doom 2016 gameplay. Oof. Well, maybe now that it's not Not on Nightmare, but we'll see. I'm also going to make a video about that, about how Nightmare mode just literally just crushed me and I couldn't continue. But here we are. This was essentially where we left off last time. So we're going to go ahead and continue on through here.
Set up a portal device at the tomb. Use the light poles to mark our path.
Yeah, last time with Nightmare, Death Trooper, I'm not sure if you were here for that stream or not. That I actually just unlisted that stream. That happened right when it was like the very next day that my basement flooded and I had to move everything, so I didn't really even sleep. And I mean, I was literally dying in 1 to 2 hits, and the enemies were spawning behind me. It was literally like it says, it was a nightmare. I tried to change the difficulty on the I tried to change the difficulty on the save file that I had, and it wouldn't let me. So this is the save file where I have most of my stuff maxed out at. Oh, Nightmare doesn't let you lower it. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, it was, I mean, honestly, it was surprisingly brutal. Like, I made it through probably 25% of the game, the first 4 to 5 of these stages. And then the second that I hit this area, it just became brutal. Just brutal is, I guess, the best way to put it. I have the script somewhat typed out for the Assassin's Creed review. I did finish that off stream. I'm gonna go through and I gotta re-edit some things on the script, but once that's done over the next couple of days, I'll start recording and editing everything. I'm hoping to have it out next week. I guess spoilers for the review. I liked Assassin's Creed Shadows a lot. I've also late last night was playing Indiana Jones on PS5. I'm still in the beginning, but it's got some technical issues, actually. Stuff that I didn't notice in the Xbox version. Like weird cutscene glitches and characters kind of walking through doors and stuff. And I'm noticing a lot of pop-in. I don't remember necessarily if that was the same with Indiana Jones on the Series X, but on the PS5 Slim, yeah, there's a lot of pop-in. A lot of shadows popping in and out, and just like environmental detail too that pops in and out. Does it have a lot of pop-in on the Series X? I don't remember. I only played it for those 2 streams, and I knew that I liked it. So I just... It's kind of weird to say this, but for, like, with Game Pass and everything, I will play games on Game Pass, even play through them and beat them, and kind of use it as a rental service, and then when the games go on sale on the PS5, I buy them there. Which some people will probably be like, that's dumb, why would you do that? But, you know, you use it, or I'm using it at least as some kind of a rental service. I know many of you people out there are young, don't remember rental stores, but yeah, if I liked the game that I was renting, I would go buy it too. So it's kind of a similar thing. Alright. Let's go this way then. No? It's not gonna let me in. I guess I gotta find a key somewhere. A lot of closed doors around here. Let's see. Thanks to Game Pass, I can play a lot of my games on PC. Oh, nice, yeah. Yeah, if you have a good PC Game Pass is definitely a good deal. Honestly, with the prices of games going up to 100 or 90 or 80 bucks, I think we're gonna see a big. I really think Game Pass will be able to thrive. Let's put it like that. Where the hell? What am I missing? Missing something for sure. Oh. now I got a new phone, and it's probably more powerful than my PC. Can run Cyberpunk at 720p. A phone? What phones have Cyberpunk available for it? And no, actually, my PC can run Cyberpunk at 1080p, 40 FPS, especially with it having Steam Deck settings on it for Cyberpunk. But you're right, your phone probably is more powerful, but no, it can run Cyberpunk. Bro, I think I've got like 40 hours of Cyberpunk on my PC. Oh, Android phone can emulate Windows now. Huh. Well, then my phone is probably more powerful than I have the what is it? The Galaxy S25 Plus, I think it's called. It comes with a stylus pen. I've been using it for thumbnails on the channel. Where am I? I can't. Is this really? How am I supposed to go? I'm missing something. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Red Magic 10 Pro. Huh. Neat. Yeah. Yeah, when I switched from iPhone to Android, it took me a while to get used to that.
The shadows first lengthened. One stood, burned by the embers of Armageddon, his soul blistered by the fires of it.
Yeah, cool story, bro. Bad part about WinRAR Windows emulation is that Steam games or games with DRM. Oh, that sucks. Oh, you could always use GOG, right? Yeah, GOG right now. I'm just gonna get Halo 2 Vista. Nice. That's nice. Oh, there we go. There we go. Hello. What just happened? This is nuts. I might have to put the difficulty up on this at least a little bit. This is real easy. Ultra violence. Oh, okay, here we go. There we got a little bit of difficulty. Mainly going to use it on RPGs as I can touch controls. Okay, nice. But the bumpers works great on games like Mario Kart 64. Nice. I'm personally thinking of getting a, oh, what's it called? The controller that everyone's been kind of making a big deal out of. What's that one? It slides open and you can lock your controller into it. It costs like $100 for the Backbone controller. Thinking of getting one of those. My work's been really slow. I ended up buying Chrono Trigger for my phone. It's like $10. Yeah, it slides open. I don't know if it would fit on my phone, though. It's a pretty giant-sized phone. I would think it would, though. But yeah, I mean, I'm paying for Game Pass Ultimate. I could at least stream some games and use it on there. Yikes. Since I don't want to spend an insane amount on one controller, I'm just going to get a cheap clamp. You know, I tried that before, where I had an Xbox controller with that phone attachment to it, and it was too, like, the phone was too heavy, and it was just like a regular iPhone. It was too flimsy. It didn't work out the way that I thought it would. So you got to watch out with those clamps. It's funny, the other day when I was moving everything last week because of the flooding, I found my old Stadia controller. It's like a mix between an Xbox controller and a PS4 controller. Controller was always comfortable and felt good to hold, but I could never get the controller to sync to the that Google Chromecast thing that they sent with it. I saw the backbone covers a headphone jack. Cheap USB-C to 3 jacks aren't as good as the regular 3.5 because it doesn't have a jack. I think the backbone has a built-in jack to it, but I might be wrong about that. Ah! Fell off the edge. Man, this checkpoint system sucks. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about that. I was looking at one at Best Buy the other day. It's so weird that they have one that's like specifically PlayStation, and then they have one that's specifically Xbox, and then they have just like a generic whatever brand one. And it's weird to me that they would have one that's like Xbox themed, because on Android, you don't have to have anything special to cloud stream. You can just cloud stream on the Xbox, you know, as long as you pay for the Ultimate, Game Pass Ultimate. But on Apple, on iOS, you have to go through the web browser. And it's kind of janky. I've heard the complaints about the stick drift from the... Oh, no, really? That's a shame. Checkpoint. Now we had a checkpoint. All right, let's head this way. Ooh, hello. That's cool. It's got a little helmet. controller clamp wouldn't block the headphone jack in the Xbox One controller without Bluetooth. I don't remember. I would have to look at it. I don't think it did though. Yeah, no, I get that. Being worried about the battery. There's a lot of things on my newer phone that I have disabled so that the battery is decent. Right now I get like 10 hours out of a charge, which is pretty good. $50 left. Holy crap. That's a massive battery. Hey, we made it through. This might sound like a stupid question, but who put all these steps in here? Like, did the demons build this? I've used the magnetic chargers on my phone before, where it literally just snaps onto the back, and they hold pretty strong. It doesn't really interfere with anything. Although my headphone case that has it's a like a Bluetooth. It's almost basically like a ripoff of the Apple AirPods. They're good though, but it has a magnetic bottom to it, and when it was stuck to my phone, it said my phone had a message that popped up that said the accessory may cause issues with phone calls and data transfer, so I don't know. You see how big some of those demons are? Yeah. No, yeah, no, I know they need stairs. My question is who built them? Who built all the stairs? Maybe dumb question, but like in the Doom lore, who's doing the architecture here? You know, in hell. Ah! Oh. Thought I fell off the map again. Just gonna say no. Yeah, and the wooden the wooden pole. Those could be from humans, ancient humans maybe. I don't know. That is a good question. Ooh. All right. Every time I pull out that Gatling gun, I die. Every time. This gun is wrecking people. Nice, we got him. Can't go that way, I guess. Okay. Ooh. Nice, we got him. Oh, there's another one! Still can't do that, alright. Gather some of this stuff up and then go ahead and we're gonna check out what's over here. Saw something we gotta investigate. More armor, some ammo. Is that it? Oh, I thought there'd be like a secret or something down here. Oh, or is there? Oh no, this is the way I came in. Alright. I see now how these are all... It's basically these arenas are kind of circular or looped. Actually, you know, Death Trooper, these might be teeth. Or bones. Those might not be the wooden planks. Those that might actually be teeth. I love how they put shotgun ammo out for you the most. Like they know people are going to use the shotgun. No, we're not going that way. Ooh, some of this platforming stuff, man. It's better in Doom Eternal than it is here, but man, some of it really gets me. Was it definitely something wooden? Okay, I'll take your word for it. I wasn't paying too close attention. Just stood there. All right. Now we got it. Oh, man.
speed, and with his might he crushed the obsidian pillars of the blood temples. He set forth without pity upon the beasts of the 9 circles, unbreakable, incorruptible, unyielding, the Doom Slayer sought to end the dominion of the Dark Realm.
I wonder if this guy is narrating what Doom the Dark Ages is going to be. Fighting amongst themselves. Doom. Okay. All right. Oh, I blew myself up. Man, that red is frying my eyes, I'll tell you that. Going this way, I think. Ew, 343. Jeez. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. What's this? Sorry, something popped up on my desktop. Ad blocker updated. Ah, this is where they found him. Back to Earth. We've got Argent facility destroyed. So before we played through what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of these levels on Nightmare. And then when I tried this one, I couldn't get past the first section. Now we're on Argent facility destroyed. Yeah, Nightmare was incredibly difficult. Yeah, I don't know why they don't have auto continue to the next area. That's weird, but oh, whatever.
The Argent Tower is destroyed. The portal can no longer be closed from this side. The hell energy flows from a location in their world we call the Well. But you've returned. The only flesh and blood to walk between dimensions. So there may be a way. Vega is trying to access Olivia's files. If you can get to the nearest terminal, we will provide you with information. That's all for now.
Those look like Halo doors. See if I can get the close. That's very Halo. Ooh. Oh, nope, we're going up. Yeah, the only thing I would say, Death Trooper, is that if they haven't put the auto thing into it by now, then they're probably not going to. An 8-year-old game, you know. Okay. Woo! Nerve-wracking. No. We'll have to see. Doom the Dark Ages honestly looks like it's like somewhat open world. So if that's the case, then yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do for like New Game Plus or a new game. Go around and pick all this stuff up. Does it say Witcher? Oh, Watcher. Evil cabin.
Olivia has an artifact in her private lab that we've been studying for years. I believe you can use it to find the answers you seek. It bears your mark.
Olivia's personal laboratory is not part of the registered facilities database. Alpha level clearance will be required to locate it. Granted.
You can access her Lazarus facility from the north sector of the Advanced Research Complex, about 80 kilometers away.
I'll bring the tram power online to take you there, but you'll need a UAC corporate facilities clearance card to activate it. There is a security station nearby.
Ugh. Oh, jeez. You know, it's a shame that Halo never had, like, a super shotgun. I guess in a way it did, because the first game had a super powerful shotgun, and then every shotgun after that was kind of lame. Halo Reaches was pretty powerful too, but... Was the Halo 4 shotgun good? I guess. Yeah, now that I think about it, it had a real... Didn't it have a real short, like, cutoff range? I remember Halo, the original Halo games, having a pretty long shotgun range where you could hit people from pretty far away. I don't know if 4's was like that or not.
Those who came before you and those with whom you serve all operate with the same goal in mind, the development of a new dawn for mankind. It is by this guiding principle, working together as a team,
that's
that
what I
we will
thought.
elevate ourselves to the next plane of existence.
Yeah, sprint would have made it a not a big deal. Right.
Demonic breach detected.
Jeez. Completely missed that. How funny. Nope, can't go that way.
That demon seems to have taken your keycard. You will need to find it. The tram station will not be accessible without proper clearance.
Yeah, of course not. Come on. You know, it's a shame that the multiplayer for this never really took off in the way that they probably hoped it would. I remember the multiplayer in this being actually a lot of fun. Certain Affinity made it, if I'm not mistaken. Praetor token. Let's see. What do we got for Praetor? Only 2. Spent most of your time on custom maps? Yeah, what? This came out in 2016? What else happened in 2016? I'm trying to remember. Just because I remember playing this campaign a lot. And then I can't remember really why I stopped. Did Gears of War come out that year? Or was Gears 4 2017 or the year before? I know I moved in 2016. That was weird. That was towards the end of the year, though. I can't remember. I can't remember why I stopped playing this. Probably another game came out. That's usually what ends up happening. Gears 4 did come out in 2016? I thought so. Ooh. Then I think it was probably Gears. I probably started playing Gears after.
Unauthorized exploration into the exclusion zones outside the base is prohibited. Unlawful experiments and
Demonic breach detected.
All right. Come on, roll over this way. There we go. I suck. I'm such a bad shot.
zones outside the base is prohibited.
Ooh, hello. If you had hair, you could get a rat to aim for your Ratatouille style. Well, I do not. Oh, is this a secret? What is... Something is either wrong with my controller or going on with this game. So when I try to bring up the weapon wheel, it's not working right. What ship is this? This looks like a way out. My controller is as old as my Series X, so I got it a few months before Starfield, so maybe. I really don't want to have to replace it, though. You know, I know that this is going to be probably, it's, you know, a pretty Xbox-focused channel, so it's not a, this is kind of an anti-Xbox thing to say, but I'm becoming... like, how do I say this? I think that PlayStation 5 has a better controller. I don't know what it is about the controller, just like it fits in my hand better. I like the triggers and the buttons on the shoulder buttons are better. Like R1 and R2, or R1 and L1 are actual buttons instead of bumpers. Yeah, I don't know. Barely use the PS5 controller, but I did not like the D-pad and stick placement. Personally, prefer bumpers over buttons. Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to personal preference and what you like most and what feels better, but I mean, yeah, honestly, the D-pad, the analog sticks, the triggers, just the way it sits in my hand, I don't know, I hate to say that, but yeah, I think the PS5 controller is a little bit better. Like, why isn't it?
You cannot send a team in to retrieve it.
The whole.
I am the head of this corporation. All your work and discoveries here belong to me.
You know that?
He was mine before you even found him.
Did not like the triggers in the DualShock 4 very much, or the triggers for shooters because of the reduced travel time, but the Xbox triggers, yeah, the Xbox triggers are nice. I'll give you that. And the PS5 triggers, I think, are better than way better than the PS4 ones.
Access granted.
But yeah, I don't know. It just feels more comfortable. And yeah, I feel that the controller for the PS5 also, like, the sticks aren't.
Unauthorized exploration.
The controller's big enough that the sticks aren't too close together for me. The PS3 had that problem where the sticks were too close, and the controller wasn't big enough to hold.
Access granted.
Yeah, I almost decided to stream this from the PS5 tonight.
UAC tramline ready for departure.
Find it really hard
Please be seated. The
to
tram is
claw
now
and
ready
use the
to
triggers on the
depart.
PS4. Haven't tried
UAC
PS5 though.
Advanced
Yeah,
Research
I
Complex will be our
don't.
final
It probably. I wouldn't
destination.
imagine it'd probably be much easier, but I don't ever use that like holding style. Off to the next level select. Advanced Research Complex. How many are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're pretty close through this game already. I'd probably still be in the beginning area of that section of hell if I hadn't switched it or hadn't switched off of that. But yeah, I don't know. I find that to be a very unbalanced mode, especially since the fact that you can take damage while you're doing a glory kill. And the glory kills are how you replenish your health. That's, part of that push forward mentality. And it just doesn't line up with that.
It's time we meet in person. My office is on the second floor of this facility.
I mean, the PS3 controller is just a PS2 controller with the cord cut.
Built on blood, sweat, and dreams. This vast state-of-the-art research, design, and production center uses cutting-edge technology and fabrication.
Demonic presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown in effect.
The bathroom.
Demonic presence eliminated. Lockdown disengaged.
Never used the PS2 controller, only PS3 and PS1 no sticks. The triggers are in a bad spot. Yeah, the PS2, I mean, dude, back in the day, we didn't, like, even when the Xbox, original Xbox controller came out, even the what was it? Like that redesign they had, the S model controller, like the triggers were good on it and the sticks were good, but it didn't feel as comfortable as it currently does. But yeah, the PS2 back in the day wasn't too bad. Plus it had analog triggers on it too and analog buttons. The harder you push down a button, you could change the function of what was happening for some games. Like Metal Gear Solid 2, with the you would fire your gun with like the X or the square button. I can't remember which right now. I think square. But if you lightly let go of the button, it wouldn't fire. It would just put the gun away. It was interesting.
The true power of Argent Energy under the stewardship of the UAC will transform the next stage of mankind.
I mean, yeah, they're in the same place. They essentially feel the same.
not advancing enough applicants, and our faith is nothing without believers. We cannot conduct our work without them.
And what kind of work is it that you're doing, Olivia? I haven't seen a report from your team in months now, have I? Can I trust that you can maintain your distance and control of the situation?
Of course. I believe in our work, but in order to make progress, we will have to make even greater sacrifices.
This isn't progress, it's madness. The board understands the peculiar nature of your work, and no one is in the dark on what those sacrifices mean to mankind. But your judgment is no longer considered sound.
I think analog buttons are awful. Oh no, it's too difficult to do in-game in most cases. Result in forcing the button too hard to make sure you got 100% pressed. That can be, yeah, for some games. Not every game used them. And a lot of times I remember it being like super sensitive. Like even just like a light tap on it would, for me at least from what I can remember, would do most things. The harder thing that I remember, especially with Metal Gear, was being gentle with the button and letting it go so that you didn't fire your gun, but... Okay, well, here we go. Oh, I didn't mean that. I thought that was something else. Ooh, almost. Ah! Almost. Oh, man. Jeez. Oh, come on now with that. You really just shoot me through the wall? I think Dead or Alive's use for it sounds awful. Soft press for light and hard press for heavy. Oh, yeah. I don't think that was a game I played back then. Oh, this checkpoint system is awful. Come on. Yeah, growing up, I had a mother who was very religious and was very strict on the games that I could play. In 2001, 2002, I was 15, 16. So, I was, you know, there was some stuff that I just was not allowed to play. But yeah, you're right. That does sound not very good. The only game I've played that used it was Uncharted, and I noticed the PS3 controller lets you push more than what is needed for 100%. Yeah, I've got my PS3 and 360 hooked up to an older TV. Just because if I have it hooked up to like a 4K TV or to my monitor, it does not look good at all. You kind of need like that lower quality, older, early 2000s TV to really kind of appreciate what it looks like without it looking too bad or hard on the eyes, I think. Because yeah, I've tried playing those times that I streamed my 360 to the channel and I had to use my monitor. Yeah, it did not look great. Could get a 3D TV. I mean, I don't know. I feel I'm weird about buying used TVs or electronics just in general anymore. I did that a lot when I was younger, and I just did not. I always ended up having to either get it replaced or take things back to where I bought it, and it just didn't never really work out that well for me. I was in GameStop the other day, and because it's like across the hall from Bath and Body Works. My wife loves Bath and Body Works, and so I was in GameStop and she was in there, and dude, like, I worked at GameStop. I've worked customer service and food service a lot. You know, I know how things are supposed to be when you're supposed to say hi to people. You know, you walk through the door and someone, you know, you're supposed to get a greeting, right? Hi, how are you? Can I help you with anything? And look, I know GameStop, they can get on your nerves. They try to sell you the GameStop card or the magazine when they had that, or reserve games or game warranty. You know, they try to sell you a lot of stuff. Dude, let me tell you, when I went into that GameStop and I was kind of looking at the Xbox games that were by the entrance, And the guy working behind the counter was one guy. Just looked at me. Didn't say hi. He just had like this blank, emotionless stare. And when I kind of nodded to him and was kind of just like, hey, how you doing? He just looked at me like I can't. I don't think I could say the words on YouTube because I'll get flagged. But he gave off a feeling of not being safe. Let's put it like that. If that is the best way to put it. And I was in there. I was looking around at some Switch stuff and some PS5 and Xbox. You know, just perusing, looking maybe for something to get. They have the retro stuff in the GameStop near me. So I was looking at the DS Lites for like, they were like $60. And
do not be alarmed by the system update. It is a prototype of our interdimensional tether.
Hold on, I'll continue after this.
Back from hell. I'm sorry for the jolt, but I didn't think you'd allow its installation voluntarily. I'm Dr. Samuel Hayden. I have supplies in my office. This way, please.
That's a big robot. But no, so yeah, like he looked like he was giving off
Welcome, Dr. Hayden.
You know the No Russian scene or the No Russian level
Take whatever supplies you need.
in Modern Warfare 2, the original? That's what he was giving off to me. But anyway, I was gonna try and buy one of those DSs.
The destruction of the Argent
But,
is devastating. But I am committed to helping you close the portal. All of our work and understanding of their world is derived from the inscriptions on a large stone artifact we pulled from Hell in the earliest days of the program. We call it the Helix Stone. It is our most closely guarded asset. Olivia was obsessed with it. From it, we learned how to manipulate Hell's energy, bend it to our will, take advantage of their resources. It also led us to you. The Helix Stone showed us how to harness the power of the well. I believe it will show you how to shut it down. For years, Olivia has kept the Helix in her private office in the Lazarus Labs, which is only accessible through a secure elevator from the Advanced Research Complex across the chasm. Your affinity for guns is apparent. I'm confident you'll find something useful there as well. The service elevator is at the end of the hall.
Alright. But yeah, so I was in there, I was gonna get one of the DSs, and yeah, the guy just like did not seem right. And as I'm standing there shopping and there's other people kind of filtering in, he's just standing behind the counter. No, he wasn't like working or putting anything away. He's just watching people come in with the same blank stare, not saying hello to anybody, not, you know, hi, anything, not a thing. Some lady, as I was walking in toward up towards the entrance where the Xbox games were, where I was kind of just trying to be like, I'm just gonna slink on out of here. Some lady's walking in and she was like, I expected it to be busy in here. Every time I called in the last hour, the line just rang busy and they said no one could get to the phone. So he wasn't answering the phones either. And that never... That's the first time that's ever, anything like I've experienced anything like that. Usually when I go in there, people, you know, behind the counter will at least say hi. Like they're irritated that you're there. But they at least acknowledge you. this dude just, I don't know, something didn't seem right. And I got like my spider sense was tingling. GameStop around you sounds crazy. I remember the N-Gage getting stolen. Yeah, that was a long time ago too. Somebody literally sawed that thing off of the wall. I remember that, but I forgot that I told that story. That's nuts. Like, I get it, man. I've worked at GameStop, I've worked retail, I've worked food service. It sucks. You're not happy for the most part. You know, it's difficult dealing with people, especially now after the events of 2020 and just things in general. You know, like, I get it. But, like, earlier today, me and my wife, we went out, we had some things we had to get, we had to go to the grocery store and pick up a few things for the next couple of weeks. And we decided to swing by a Burger King and grab a couple Whopper meals. And the girl at the window was, like, so nice to me and so, like, hi, how's your day? Are you having a good day? Like, you know, like, it was like, I didn't know how to react to it. I just kind of, like, looked at her like, yeah, I'm having a good time. It's just, yeah, but that GameStop, man, that was legitimately kind of scary. Oh, I guess I gotta do this gore nest thing here, huh? Yeah, back when I was younger, like during the time of that N-Gage story, like when that happened, that's when I was having fun working there. That's when it was a good time. Hell, even when I went back to work there in 2014, 2015, 2016, it was still all pretty fun. Yeah, that was wild. I went out and sat in the hallway at the mall that they for the shopping center, and they had like these massage chairs, which I didn't have them on. I was just sitting in them, and my wife walked out of the Bath and Body Works there that she went to, and I was just like, "Hey, let's get out of here!" Like something, I got a bad feeling. It has been good. It has been good for GameStop for the past few years, especially with the retro stuff. I mean, some of the retro stuff though, like I don't know. There's other places in my area that are doing it better with retro stuff. Like it's cool that they have it. What the hell was that? But again, I've told this story before too, but GameStop back in the day, back in 2014, when I was had started working there again, they had a thing where they were making people, when you took in trades of 360 games and PS3 games and even I think DS games, they were making you throw away the cases and just put their generic box art crap in there. So every time I go in there and they have a like a 360 game that has box art that's sitting on the shelf, and you take that up there to the counter. Of course, they have more of them in the drawer. That's how, you know, how they always do. They always try to give me that crappy box art one from the drawer, and it's like, no, man, give me. I took the one time I even asked the dude, I was like, could I get the case that's the regular thing? And he kind of like looked over at his manager and then was just like kind of looked back at me and was like, yeah, like it was a burden or something. Like, dude, like that's why I handed you that one, because I want that. I don't want your crappy box. Oh, it has not been. Okay. Yeah, plus their Super Nintendo cartridges stuff that they have, they have no way to check and see if they're fakes. Well, the thing is I don't think they got rid of them, because some of the stores are selling them, so they must have had them stored somewhere, right? I always wondered that when I worked there, and we would get like hundreds of copies of like Madden, like as a for instance, Madden 2004. Like, people would trade in the previous game for one. It wasn't worth that much money, and the reason is we had hundreds, sometimes a day, of those traded in. We would stack them in fives, take them to the back room and shrink wrap them, and that was called a brick. And we would have a wall just covered in a Madden 2003, right? Just fill, like, literally from the floor to the top of a 8 to 10 foot ceiling, a whole wall just, and the wall would be like a 20-foot long wall, just stacked, literally filled with all of them. And then we would get cardboard boxes, and have to ship them out to the warehouse or whatever it was. And it was just like, this is like, what did they do with all of those? What did they do with it had to have, dude, there were times where it was like, I would average, would say in a month, easy 1,000 copies. Like, what were they doing with them? They ship them off somewhere? Did they just put them in a landfill? Did they keep them? Like, what? Dude, I remember one time there was I can't remember what the PS2 game was. I think it was an RPG. I can't remember what it was though. It was a very rare RPG from the PS2 era. God, I can't remember what it is. I remember the box art, but I can't remember. Anyway, it was a very rare... It was a very rare PS2 JRPG.
Disengaged.
And now, you know what? Now I want to look it up. Rare PS2 RPGs. I know I'm not showing you guys this. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to look it up real quick. It might have been a Xenosaga game. No, I don't think it was, though. Was it Xenosaga? Oh, this might be it. No. If I saw the box art, I know I'd recognize it. Anyway, it came in this huge deluxe collector's edition that had like a map and a replica ring and I think like making of DVD and a music thing, and it even had like a an art book. It was like a... I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think there was a blue-haired girl on the cover. Yeah, I think you're right with that. Let's see. We must be on the same page then. I can't remember what it was called. But yeah, it did have a blue-haired girl on the cover. But anyway, the whole point of the story was there was like 2 copies of it that the entire district had, and for some reason they sent them to our store. Yeah, I saw that Xeno thing, but it was it was like an anime art style on the cover. It wasn't how Xenogears or Xenosaga looked. But anyway, the point was that there were like 2 copies in the entire like side of the state that I lived in. For some reason, they sent them to my store, and instead of selling them new because they were, I think it was a 50, and this is like 2003, 2004 year. They were $59.99. Instead of just like the regular $49.99, and they forced my store manager to open the game and put it in the system as used because they sold it for like $100 and some used instead of the regular $59.99 new. So yeah, GameStop has been doing a lot of weird and shady things for a long time when it comes to sort of like old games and certain games, or like rare games too. Nice. We're gonna go get the BFG.
Access granted. Hello, Dr. Peters.
Sorry, guys. I'm still trying to look for this game.
Biometric mismatch detected. Scanning. Unauthorized personnel confirmed. Expulsion to commence in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, wasn't paying attention.
Activating laser security system.
Guess that's what I get for not paying attention.
Biometric mismatch detected. Scanning. Unauthorized personnel confirmed. Expulsion to commence in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I remember that. There were 3 different episodes.
Activating laser security system.
Ooh. Oh.
Biometric mismatch detected. Scanning. Unauthorized personnel confirmed. Expulsion to commence in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Activating laser security system.
That's funny, it makes a pentagram. Say, am I waiting for something here? What's this gonna do? Oh, I see. Whoops. The BFG 9000. I forgot I had that gun.
All personnel, please proceed to the Lazarus elevator. Do not appear at level 5. All personnel. not threat.
Still looking for this dumb game. It's not Grandia either. God, I can't remember what it was. It's a shame. It's a shame it's so hard to find, actually. You'd think it'd be easy information, but... Oh, hey, we have a new sub. I don't know who it is or when it popped up, but thank you. Thank you for joining me here. Always appreciate it. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. There we go.
Demonic presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown in effect.
Get rid of that. And that. Uh-oh. Dude, that's a terrifying sound. Truly a terrifying sound. Oh, there we go. That's why we got one of these we got to take out. Ooh, am I having a texture flickering problem here? It looks like it. It's probably a Series X enhancement problem. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and get... Nice. Okay. Oh, oh, oh! What is this? Apparently nothing. Ooh, no. Ah. Do you know any good place to get retro stuff? I do not trust eBay, GameStop, or Amazon. I mean, there's a place that I go that's local to me that is pretty good. I don't know necessarily if they would be in your area. And I would be a little hesitant to say it on stream just because I don't want to give out the general area that I live in. But if you want to message me on Xbox, I can give you the name of the place. But yeah, most of the time you gotta find somewhere local. At least I think that's probably usually the best. You want to be able to hold it and actually like look at it. There's so many games at the store that I go to that I would have bought, and then I'm like, oh hey, can I look at the game? Can I see it? And then it's either scratched or it has disc rot, which is another thing you have to keep an eye out for. I mean, there's always DK Oldies. I wouldn't recommend them though. They're price gougers, as far as I understand. But I mean, yeah, it's rough to find retro places. And actually, something that was a bit of a find for me that I'm surprised was there. And I don't think it's as common, or at least I didn't think it was as common as maybe it is. When I was in there the other day, I have this VHS player that I've been using that I got from my my grandmother who passed, and I've been recording the home movies onto a hard drive that my grandpa took from like 1992, right? All the way up into 2005. And I use the capture card. I had to buy an adapter and everything. But anyway, I found the original Star Wars trilogy on VHS from 1995 that was I guess a direct copy with the audio and somewhat visual enhancements from the Laserdisc versions that are unedited. They don't have all the special edition stuff. They don't have the changes that were made. I gotta rip those from the VHS to my hard drive. And so I found this box set with all three of those movies in that at the retro store there, and it was only $5. $5, and to me that's like crazy because finding the original trilogy that's unedited without Disney's grubby hands on it, like that is, to me, the way I understand it, that's incredibly difficult to find. So I was shocked when I found them. I genuinely was. Thinking about getting N64 controllers from local GameStop, but they don't like price tags. Oh geez. Oh whoa. Yeah, you can buy, I don't know, I'll have to look at the brand and maybe get back to you. There's a brand that you can buy. They make they're kind of generic, but they're all at the same time they also look and feel just like the real brands. They make Xbox, GameCube, and PS2 controllers. God. And they're I think they make 64 controllers too. They're pretty good. I bought one of the Xbox ones because the original Xbox controller that I have is like the triggers are creaky, so they're probably not going to be like lasting for very long. It might be old school, yeah. That might be the brand. I think that actually is it. They're pretty good. At least the ones that I bought were.
Presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown in effect.
I heard the stick isn't accurate for their ends. Oh, that sucks. Well, never mind then. Never mind. And it's funny, the device that I use to transfer or use to record those home videos off the VCR, that's composite to HDMI adapter. I tried plugging in like the GameCube and the N64 and all that stuff, and then putting it on the big TV with it being upscaled, with the upscaler that's in the adapter. And man, it is rough. Like, it is really rough. One of the video reviews found them and looked like it was recorded on a VHS in 20. Oh, geez. God, I suck. Such a terrible shot. Oh, I didn't want to jump into that. I did that by accident. Couldn't believe it was 1080p. That's funny. Oh, man. You know what? I totally forgot. Forgot I had this gun. I just picked it up, too. BFG. Yeah, the only thing that sucks was that box set of the original Star Wars movies I found isn't in widescreen. It's got the 4:3 aspect ratio, so it's square. So I don't know. That I guess that's how I remember those movies growing up, because like who had like a widescreen TV Like, that was kind of an unheard of thing back then. What?
Demonic presence eliminated.
There we go.
Lockdown.
And the BFG makes it way more easier.
Alert. Lazarus service elevator now arriving. Demonic presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown in effect.
Oh, that's not fair. That is not fair. That hell.
Demonic presence eliminated.
There we go.
Lockdown disengaged.
They gonna let me in? There we go. Let's exit the facility, shall we? You're right, though. They really do need, like, a continue. Let's see. We got Lazarus Labs, Titan Realm, Necropolis. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. Okay. I'm going to take a quick break here. And literally like maybe 2 minutes, and then we'll come back. I don't know necessarily if we're gonna finish these 5 tonight. I guess it depends on how long it takes to get through them. But we still have a couple hours left here with the stream. For those watching, I do have a goal set to have an hour of overtime for any super chats, up to 5. Oh, nope. So keep that in mind if you guys want me to extend the stream. Maybe we can go over some news or even possibly finish tonight. But I am going to take a quick restroom break. And when I come back, we will continue on to the Lazarus Labs. All right, we're back. Let's see. Sorry, Death Trooper. I was trying to keep up with that level. The stick is the most important for the N64. Most replacements aren't consistent enough to be one-to-one or are too expensive. The most popular replacements are GameCube-like sticks, which are lacking in movement. Saw the N64 controller from AliExpress and it looked awful. It was a 3-prong design, but the stick is angled to the left and the Z button not in the middle. You gotta hold it like a normal controller in every game with pointless middle prong. You know, I saw a controller once that it was wired, but it was set up like an Xbox controller. It had the analog stick with the D-pad underneath it, and then on the right side it had the A and B and then the C arrow buttons on it. And then it had, I think, Z and R were like R1 or like right bumper and the trigger, and then the left, you know, the shoulder buttons, the way it was set up. It looked pretty interesting. It was a wired one that you plugged in and used. That was just a, you know, it was just a standard looking controller. I forget what that was called. I've seen that at that retro shop that I've been at frequently. I think it's an 8-bit-do controller, but I might be wrong.
You'll find the Helix Stone in Olivia's private archival lab deep within this facility. Few have ever seen the stone. But if you came to us for a reason, you might be able to see something in it we haven't.
Oh, I'm at full health, that's why. Let me see what I can level up here. So I've got, what, 6 of these weapon points. And you have the mastery challenges. Do I have everything leveled up beyond that? The beam now has devastating area of effector on it. That might be one to level up if I can. Yeah, and the pistol was locked up. Here we go. There we go. I know I had points that I could spend.
It is not a mistake that he has come into our possession. The demons prophesied his return. If he awakes, it could jeopardize the entire mission. For he is the only one who can stand against them.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Death Trooper. That's tough. That's a tough one to deal with for sure.
Attention to all Lazarus personnel. There will be an open forum to resolve any questions or concerns
Can I pick it
on
up?
the initiative to weaponize the
Oh
demons.
no, it's not what I thought it was.
Report to the chapel at 1400 hours. Please save your word before attending.
I can't run because of that dude. Alright, come on. Gotcha. Nice, nice. So, something else that I've been thinking about here. Not to turn this into the business meeting episode, but I am gonna start putting out review or analysis videos on games that I've not live streamed through the channel. And I usually like to be able to do that. I don't like I like being able to play through it on camera and then talk about, things afterwards. But it's holding me back from having more videos on the channel, which is not, it's not a good thing for the channel for that. Like, if I want the channel to grow, I got to be able to upload to it more. And if I'm only uploading after I've played through, like, upload as in the sense of like having an edited video, not a live stream. Live streams are fun, but they don't necessarily do as good for the channel as like a 8 to 10 to 15 to 20 minute video that's edited and put together. So yeah, you guys are going to start seeing videos pop up on the channel that you're going to say, oh, when did he play that on stream? I probably haven't. I'm approaching an old age, and I've been contemplating whether or not I want to continue having like a channel that I'm regularly active on. And while it's fun, and I do enjoy it, I want it to go somewhere. And the only way to do that really is to put my foot on the gas pedal and upload videos more frequently. I'm not going to announce any video projects or anything, but it's also not going to be just Xbox videos anymore. I'm going to be making videos on Nintendo games and on PlayStation games and third-party games and Xbox games. What just happened? Are you for real? That was wild. He knocked the chainsaw out of my hand and killed me. I think that would be better. Usually I know the review before I even watch the video because of the stream. Yeah, I talk a lot. Obviously, you talk a lot about these games beforehand. But yeah, that's more than likely what's going to end up happening here. That and, some of these games, I put like 55 hours into Avowed. I put almost 70 into Assassin's Creed. So, I mean, it's,
Demonic presence at unsafe level. Lockdown complete.
Yeah, I mostly my big thing for streaming the game and then making a review or an analysis video on it was so that people actually knew that I played the game. Because there's so many, and I hate to say this, and I don't want to talk shit about people on YouTube, but there are a lot of content creators that pump out videos on games that they clearly either haven't finished or even played, and it's just like, dude, like, and that's the thing is, those videos that they make rely on the ignorance of the people watching because those people haven't played the game. So if they say, oh, this game sucks because of X, Y, and Z, and then Y and Z aren't actually in the game, it's like, well, the only way you would know is by playing the game. But if you take your advice from somebody that says don't play it, and then you don't play it, Avowed was a big one that after having spent all that time in the game and playing it, you could tell, like, oh, this person didn't actually play all the way through the game or play the game at all. Like, wow. I think that might be one of my favorite glory kill animations. Oh, that's too fast. Where are they at?
Demonic presence eliminated. Lockdown disengaged.
Volunteers are currently needed for the UAC's exciting new Revenant Research Program. Expand your potential, experience something new, and go beyond mere mortal limitations. See Jessica in Human Resources to find out if you qualify.
Jessica. Sometimes I hear things in these games and I'm not sure if it's actually in the game or if it's something that's happening in the room I'm in.
Volunteers are currently needed for the UAC's exciting new Revenant Research Program. Expand your potential, experience something new, and go beyond mere mortal limitations. See Jessica to find out if you qualify.
Olivia activated the Hell Wave from somewhere inside this facility. I did hope she could rise above their influence. I was wrong. She proved to be weaker than I thought she'd be.
Recently saw an Xbox sale for the 360 Tomb Raider games, and it's confusing. Why is Tomb Raider Legends all of a sudden not $2.99 and the DLC is confusing because it's supposed to be Anniversary? Yeah, what they did, I remember that. They did Tomb Raider, was it Tomb Raider Legends? Hold on, let me see where I'm at here first. Oh, there we go. So there was Tomb Raider Legends, and then they did Tomb Raider Anniversary Episode 1, and then they had Tomb Raider Anniversary Episode 2. Are you talking about, are they physical, or are they on the Xbox store? Is that what you're talking about? Because yeah, I remember they did Legend, and then they did Anniversary Episodes 1 and 2. And then they released Episodes 1 and 2 as its own thing. Right? Oh god, I gotta stop saying that. They released Episodes 1 and 2 as their own game. And then they released Tomb Raider Underworld on the Xbox store. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense then. The pricing on that stuff is all out of whack. It's all out of whack. And to me, it doesn't make a lick of sense the way some of that stuff is. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on that doesn't make sense. Yeah, Xbox pricing is also kind of busted and broken. Like, I remember, so when I bought Indiana Jones for the PS5 digitally. When I bought it at the time, all I bought was just the standard version, because it was just like, yeah, that's kind of all I have the money for right now. And then I had a little extra money, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and upgrade to the premium edition and get it a couple days early, and I'll get the little extras and everything that come with it. They had absolutely no way to upgrade to the premium version on the PlayStation Store. It was weird. I don't understand why they wouldn't, when I'm pretty sure they did on Xbox. So I don't know. Yeah, those I don't know. The pricing on it is really weird. You're right about that. A lot of games like COD, it's cheaper to re-buy the special edition digitally than it is just to get the season pass. Oh wow. Well, yeah, and that was a thing. Was the only other way that I could have got the collector's edition for Indiana Jones on the PS5, or not collector's, but the premium edition. The only way I could have got that and had the early access to it was to just spend another $100 and buy the premium edition. And it was just like, I am not doing that. So then the game comes out, and I play about 4 hours of it, and then I'm looking on the PS5 on the dashboard, like on their UI, and underneath the game, they're advertising the $29.99 upgrade to the premium edition. It's like, guys, I was looking for this a couple of days ago. Like, why is this on here late? So yeah, I don't know. They got to get their pricing under control. They need to have like a standard. Like, I remember back in the day, of course, on when Nintendo was doing their virtual console, like all like a Switch, but not a Switch, but like, let's say like a Super Nintendo games were $10, and NES games were $5, N64 games were maybe $20. Like, they had all of them set up pricing by console, not based on the game itself. Xbox needs to implement something like that, where it's like 360 games all cost $20, original Xbox games all cost $10. They need to. I mean, it would probably be not a. I mean, the developers probably wouldn't like it, but they need to. They need to set some kind of standard for that. That drives me nuts. And you know, if they really want the sale for their games on there, then they also need to be cheaper than going to like a used game store and picking up the game there. I forget what game it was. I think it was Max Payne 3 was cheaper to go find a physical copy than it was to actually buy it off of their store. Like, I know you guys want the sale for it. You know, obviously, Xbox gets all the money for it. Minus, especially with the Xbox titles. Like, they get 100% of that. Like, they gotta figure it out. Yikes, that took out 2 of them. It's always back in the day. Yeah. I mean, I don't... You gotta say back in the day. It's not today. If it wasn't back in the day, then it would be today, right? There we go. Every time you talk about back then, it always feels like the Wild West. I got the lumbago, too. I do have lumbago, I think. Lower back pain. Ooh. Ammo crate. What is that? What is that? Okay. Oh my god.
Demonic presence eliminated. Lockdown disengaged.
Yeah, this is gonna sound weird to say too, but with the way that digital games like are becoming the standard, I know a lot of people don't have issues with digital. I myself have a lot of digital games, but oh, look at that. For PS4 and Xbox One, I would highly recommend starting to collect all the physical games for them that you can now. I don't necessarily see, like, with Xbox moving forward, I don't know. I think it's going to be... I don't think it's that their console's going to have a disc drive in the next one. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think Xbox is going to have it. I really don't. The same thing with PlayStation. They might offer it, but their PS5 Pro shipped without a disc drive at $700. The PS6 for $799, $800 with no disc drive. I'm telling you, that's gonna happen. Especially since they just raised prices on the PS5 consoles outside of the US, and they raised the price of PlayStation Plus. I know they gotta recoup that Concord money, but still. Telling you, prices are going up. Xbox Game Pass is going to be... Dude, I swear, if they raise the price of Game Pass within the next year, they're going to completely prove me a liar, but it's going to be the best value for sure.
It was not me. It was Samuel. He led them to his tomb. Please, we can overcome this. I promise. The gate will be opened as planned.
I don't know, man. The PS5 Pro is $700. I would like to think that, but can they get away with that? Can they get away with charging $700 for a PS5 Pro and then less than that for a PlayStation 6 or whatever the next Xbox is? After a $20 Game Pass price, I just get $10 off. Some guy on eBay. I mean, yeah, you could do that. I don't know. I'm pretty sure wasn't the Xbox Series X $500 when that came out? I'm pretty sure it was. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but I thought it was.
Manual security activated. All terminals now accessible.
Not the Series X. I meant the Xbox One X is what I meant. My bad. That's my misspeaking. Xbox One X launch price. Yeah, November 7th for $499, and then the Series X was also the Series X is also $499, which they figured out how to raise the price by making it 2 terabyte. So I mean, I don't know. I don't see them launching the PS5 Pro at $700 and then launching the PS6 for anything cheaper than that. The Xbox One and the PS4 were underpowered, but it led to the best optimization for games. I mean, maybe. We're not really all too knowledgeable about that. I mean, I guess, because none of the PS5 games or not PS5, none of the PS4 games that I really played. Batman Arkham Knight was a little iffy, but yeah, there were a lot of pretty good optimized games for PS4 and the Xbox One.
The Crucible. That's what she was looking for. Vega, did you get the location?
Yes. It is located in an uncharted region of the Titan's realm, but we'll need to rupture another Argent accumulator to create the portal. The only accumulator in this sector is in specimen CD-587.
You're going to have to remove it. Once you've extracted the accumulator, it will become unstable. The ruptured casing should cause a rift strong enough to send you back to their world. We can determine your point of entry.
Yeah, you're right. It was worse on PC. But I remember playing it on the PS4, and that it caused a lot of crashes.
Portal here on Mars.
But I remember it crashed on my console like 5 or 6 times back in 2015. I missed the grappling hook on this, to be honest. Oh, come on. How can I not get that? Okay. Oh, I remember that, yeah. I remember that. So was Skyrim. Skyrim on PS3 was actually broken. And I think it had to do with the way they had their RAM splitter, the memory split on the console. Yeah, I remember once they figured out what was wrong with Skyrim, they kind of fixed it, but they didn't really. Like, I remember basically the more you did in that game, like eventually the worse the frame rate got. Like, if you had a lot of stuff where the game had to remember like what happened in the world, where you would leave something somewhere or open a door somewhere or drop something somewhere, the more you did in the game, the more memory it used and the worse the frame rate got. I remember that. Okay, enough! Oh my god. Well, it wasn't necessarily a time limit, it was just you could only, like, you had to optimize what you were doing. Like, if you... I think basically what it was is it would remember anything that wasn't in its default state. So, like, if you went to a dungeon and left the door open, it would remember the door was open when you went back. So you would have to close the door. And then... it was just, like, if you took... Basically, like, if you bought a house and then had a chest in the house and left items in the house, it would remember that that's where that stuff was. So the more items and stuff that you had, the worse the frame rate would get. I remember that was bad. I played it on the 360 and I don't think the 360 had those issues. But my wife, she platinumed Skyrim on the PS3 and then again on the PS4 when it came out. I remember being like, hearing the hearing the platinum thing trophy pop, and I was like, "Oh, did you get a trophy?" She was like, "Yeah." And then another one popped after it, and I was like, "Oh, what else did you get?" She says, "I don't know, what a platinum trophy? What's the platinum trophy?" I just kind of looked at her. I was like, "Wait a second, what? You got the platinum in Skyrim?" She was like, "I guess." What does that mean? Like that is dedication right there, man. And then the one time that was on the PS4, and then she got the platinum on the PS3 version. She was like, "Hey," she even asked me. She's like, "What's a platinum?" I'm like, that's when you get all the other trophies in the game. She was like, "Oh, I just got that for Skyrim." Oh my goodness. Dude, could you imagine this on Nightmare? I'd be... This is wild. Might have to pull out the BFG in this section here, folks. I hit the wrong button. Damn it. You'd think I'd be used to this game by now.
Demonic presence eliminated. Lockdown disengaged.
Yeah, the NPCs do mess with things in that game. Man. Also, not to brag, but to brag, she also got the platinum in Fallout 4 as well. There's only like a very small handful of games that I even have a 100% in. Goodness. Oh, geez. Okay, then. What happened here? You've been demonetized. That's what happened. The only game I have 100% is Indiana Jones. Oh, wow, nice. That's where we need to go. Jesus. Oh, dear. Gotcha. One shot. Next game is probably going to be the first 3 CODs as you get 100% for playing in veteran. Okay. The first game that I ever really... You know what? No, that's not true, because I got all of the original 360 Halos. Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST. Actually, not ODST. Halo 3, Halo Reach, and Halo Reach. Yeah. Those, I got the full 1,000 in, and then, of course, they released like DLC and DLC maps and added more achievements. But I have all the original achievements for Halo 3 and for Reach.
Lazarus Wave at full charge, ready for activation.
This hell wave will redirect the course of mankind. On this day, we make our contribution to their cause. Our salvation lies with them.
I pulled you from that tomb in the Cadager Sanctum for this reason. I know she was
I did Lasso and got Recon? No. No, I did all the original achievements.
Mitigate those risks.
I think that was an added achievement later on.
You'd be the only thing that could stop them.
No, the original Xbox didn't have achievements. No, achievements were born with the PS3 and the 360. Well, actually, the 360, I think, oh, we got a glitch. I think that, I want to say PS3 got trophies in 2008. So even when the PS3 launched originally, it didn't have trophies or achievements. The 360 did. That was like a big, like a revolutionary thing back then, back in the day, as one would say. Blow myself up. Yeah, and we also didn't have, easy access to guides back then to be able to get all the achievements. But yeah, It took PlayStation a couple of years to implement a trophy system and everything. They went back and retroactively added trophies to certain games too. I remember Metal Gear Solid 4 was one that got trophies. Which actually, that might be a game to go back and visit this year on the on the good old PS3. Hopefully they put out the next Metal Gear Solid Master Collection with it in it, and it can run at a decent resolution.
Unsafe levels. Lockdown in effect.
Uh-oh. Am I supposed to jump in here? No. Yeah, that's a game that runs pretty poorly on the PS3. It tries to run at 30, but man, does it struggle. It runs more at like 20. Come on. I had a couple Mad Cats, yeah. I think PS2 and Xbox controller. Mad Cats, wow, that's a brand I haven't heard of in a long time. Long time. Making me feel like Obi-Wan here. That's a name I've not heard in a long time. Oh man, how funny. God, I feel old. Is stressing me out, man. Oh. Dude, that was right there. I got a GameStop branded Mad Catz GameCube controller. I remember seeing a video by you had to pay more for them than the OEM controllers and were even worse state. Jeez.
Demonic presence at unsafe levels.
That's no good. That's a waste. I might as well load checkpoint. Wasted 2 of those shots.
Demonic presence at not safe level.
Well, I guess on harder difficulties maybe they do. Goodness.
Demonic presence at not safe level. Lockdown. Anywhere.
We gotta get... Can we trick one of these guys over here? In half. That chopped him in half.
Demonic presence at not safe level. Lockdown. Anywhere.
You know, I feel like part of the problem is I turn the look sensitivity down too low, but then I'm already a bad shot.
Safe level. Lockdown. Anywhere. Demonic presence eliminated. Lockdown
Nice.
disengaged.
Woo! Man. Some of this stuff is, it's definitely a little stressful. More stressful than I thought it would be. Alright, here we go. Going this way. I'm already down here now. I guess I can't go back.
You will need to rip out the Argent accumulator powering the Cyber Demon. Destabilizing the core will cause a rift that will send you back to hell. Once the Crucible is in your possession, we will pull you out.
Get this health refilled. F-Zero GX is a game that stresses you out. It's a fun game. I remember playing it when it came out. I don't think I've played it since, but so 20-some years. Whoa! He just gave me a Halo health bar. Well, now I'm out of ammo. Gotta figure out something else here. Oh! I almost beat him without taking a hit. Wouldn't that have been interesting? Oh, come on. That's some bull. That's some bull. I wonder what would happen if I hit this guy with the BFG. Oh, it only took away a section of his health. Ooh, hello. Dude, okay. What is it? On Chapter 7, you gotta do a 5-minute. On Chapter 7, you gotta do a 5-minute, and the rubber banding is insane, especially for the two villains. The game really wanted you to be fighting those two for the win. Oh, jeez. Take the health though, thank you very much. Dude, how is that hitting me? 2. 3. Oh, we got him. Oh, what? I just used all my ammo. How am I supposed to... Okay. Okay. All right. They better refill my ammo after that. Oh, that's garbage. Garbage. They're gonna cheat. Dude, that is cheap. That move is super cheap. There's like one health pack in here too that I can pick up. All right, let's just reload the checkpoint already. Oh, I'm out of ammo! Wait, what was that? If that's not health, what is that? Great, now I'm out of ammo. I'm low on health. Oh. I think you're right, Death Trooper. I thought it was health. Now that we know, we're gonna go pick that up. I need the health! Oh, we're getting close. Yeah. Teabag. Holy crap. Was that something? Oh, man. Woo. I think we're on Titan's realm. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Four left. Titan's realm. Okay. We have been going now for about 3.5 hours. I am not going to get a chance to finish one of these in the next 25 minutes, so unfortunately I am going to have to go ahead and jump off the stream. We will be back, though. I have seen the Oblivion remake. I'm super excited for it. I can't wait to get my hands on it. They better release a physical edition, a full physical edition. But, yep. Thank you for joining me, Death Trooper. I am unfortunately going to have to get going here. It is almost 2 o'clock, and I still have a few things to do. But I will be back. I will be back before next Wednesday for sure streaming. I don't know if it'll be for an hour or about 90 minutes. But I will put the stream up the day that it's going to happen. So keep an eye out on your sub box for that. Again, I am going to start putting up review and analysis videos that I have not played through on stream. And it's going to be across Nintendo and PlayStation games as well. Since essentially all but Nintendo are multi-plat now. So, but again, thank you all for joining me here. Keep an eye out for some new videos coming down the pipe. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.